Welcome to the Pyramyd Insider. I'm Tyler Patner. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the legends of World War II, the Umarex Legends MP40 BB submachine gun. Alright guys, it's finally here, the famous World War II replica, the MP40 from Umarex. This is the latest offering in their Legends line. As you guys are probably aware, they come out with some kind of new replica every year in that Legends line, and this year with the MP40, a very, very exciting offering. Semi-automatic, fully automatic. You got a 60 round magazine. I mean, this gun has full blowback. It's a real steel feel. And a gun that is obviously not made anymore and is very famous from the World War II era. So a very interesting offering. Let's check out some of the features. Starting at the front of the gun, we have a hooded front post sight, not adjustable, but at the back we do have a flip up elevation adjustable rear sight, so you can run it either with the rear tab up or down. Whatever's working best for you is obviously going to be the way you want to go. So also at the front of the gun, you'll notice that we have a front sling mount as well as a rear sling mount here if you did want to go ahead and add a very traditional looking sling to make this gun look a little bit more authentic. And moving on down the gun, we do have our mag release here, this guy right there. You just press in on it. Now you notice the mag doesn't drop free, which with a magazine that heavy I actually like. You don't want this to get damaged if it falls out as you press this. The magazine itself is very stout. Obviously, we're going to fit 2 CO2 cartridges in here. With the included wrench, you simply remove this. We'll show you guys how to actually load that up with CO2 later. The magazine holds 60 BBs, and it is a double stack mag as well, so I don't know if that's going to play into the reliability or anything like that. Obviously, we're going to test it here for you and make sure it can get all 60 rounds off on 2 CO2 cartridges without any jams. So that's going to be an interesting one to see. And as well, there is a little magnet up here at the top, so I want to know if it feeds Smart Shot BBs reliably or not. I don't know if that magnet is integral to the function and feeding of the magazine, but obviously we'll get it on the range and find out. And just behind our magazine housing, you do have your functional bolt. So this is actually going to come back every time. It's a blowback gun, so you are going to get that blowback sensation, which does give you a little bit of an authentic kind of muzzle rise feel to the gun. And you'll notice on the other side, or what would be an ejection port on a real firearm, does actually cycle with that as well. So it's the whole housing that's moving inside the gun, which gives you that real steel feel. And flipping the gun over on the underside here, you'll notice we have our safety and select fire system. The white dot in the tab in the forward position means the gun is safe. Flip it back once for semi-automatic, 1 shot per trigger pull, and then flip it all the way back for full auto. You can dump the whole mag with 1 trigger pull if you want to. Pretty interesting feature, but very easy to use and go between safe, semi, and full auto. And at the rear of the gun, we have a folding stock, which functions off this quick depress tab here. So you just push it in, go ahead, fold that up. You're going to want to fold this part forward, and it just goes in right like that. Now you can actually shoot the gun with the folding stock folded up like this, so you can just kind of run it like that, or you simply flip it out, and that does require you to hit the button again, flip it into the position there, and you're good to go from the shoulder. Very easy. Now before we head out to the range and go shoot this bad boy, we're going to show you how to load the magazine up. First thing you're going to do is go ahead, take the included Allen key and remove the screw at the very bottom of the magazine. Simply pull that out, set it aside. Next we're going to take 2 CO2 cartridges, go ahead and little drop of Pell gun oil on each of them. Just enough to keep everything lubricated inside the gun. And then we load the first one in face up, like that. And then the next one in, we go ahead and load it back end first, right like that. And then we go ahead and put our end cap back in, screw it all the way in, and we can hear it pressurize there. You just want to make sure that this is all the way tight so that both of the CO2 cartridges are pierced. And just heard the second one go there, so we're good. It will pierce both. There's a piercing cap from this end and at the top end here that's going to pierce both. So now that we have our CO2 loaded into the gun, we're going to go ahead and load up some BBs. Now this is probably the hardest process in operating this gun in general. When you go ahead and pull this follower back here, now you can see I'm using the end cap from a pen. You can also use the included Allen key or a smaller one if you want. But you're simply going to go ahead and press this all the way back. It does not lock in place though. This is one of my biggest gripes, not just with this gun, but CO2 guns in general. When they don't lock back, it makes everything very difficult. So you have to keep tension on it there, and then you're going to go ahead and drop some BBs in. A speed loader is going to be very helpful here. As you can see, you just get the BBs dropped in there. kind of rock it forward. So you're only going to be able to load it a couple at a time here as you go, and then you're going to have to kind of tilt things forward to get it all moving. And when you're done, just so you guys know and you can see it, you simply release the spring tension on the magazine, and it's going to go ahead and apply pressure up into the mag, which will feed the BBs properly. So it's going to work hopefully very well, and you can see them kind of double stacking. It's not always consistent in terms of which sides they fall on, although we'll find out if that matters as well when we go out to the range. So let's get this loaded up into the gun, head out to the range and see what happens. All right, guys, so looking over our accuracy results here, we used 5 or 6 different BBs, and we settled on the Air Venturi steels and the Umarex steels. Both performed about the same, as did most of the other stuff. About 2.5 inches here with the Umarex steels, and about 2 inches on the Air Venturis at 10 yards. And again, these are 10 shots and semi-automatic, so not too bad. I was expecting, honestly, a little bit worse, so this is really not bad, especially considering I was shooting the gun unsupported offhand, just with the buttstock flipped out. So looking at our full auto groupings, went for 20 shots instead of 10 here, still at 10 yards, of course, and unsupported. The Air Venturi BB's pretty good, about 2.5 inches, and the Umarex one's a little bit tighter at about 2 inches. So things stay very consistent, you know, in that 2 to 2.5 inch range. It's going to give you the ability to plink all day. I mean, in terms of accuracy for a BB gun, this is quite good. We used the Umarex steel BBs for our full auto shot count test, and obviously 2 fresh CO2 cartridges. And at 65 degrees, we got about 140 shots before things seriously drop off. 140 shots at 10 yards before dropping off is way more than I thought it was going to do. So really good performance out of the MP40. All right, guys, so before we get to my final thoughts here, I wanted to show you guys, we showed you guys the full auto shot count, about 140 shots. What we did off camera, though, we did semi-auto shot count as well. We got 196 shots off 2 CO2 cartridges before the bolt stopped cycling. Now, obviously, your velocities are going to come down quite a bit, but, you know, at their peak, you're looking at about 450 feet per second, you know, off of fresh CO2 when you go ahead and get this guy loaded up. So, pretty fast shooting CO2 gun, especially for a blowback gun, and as well, a lot of shot count here, especially on semi-auto, and 140 shots on full. That's a ton of shooting. So guys, for my final thoughts on this MP40, obviously it's a ton of fun to shoot. It gets a lot of shots, reasonable velocity, and a full auto replica like this, I mean, you're gonna have fun, all right? And that's really what this gun is about. I do have a couple gripes though. You know, the fact that you can't shoot smart shot in this gun, we did try it and was not able to get it to feed, whether it's that magnet or something else internally going on, I'm not sure. But the fact that it doesn't shoot smart shot, I would have liked that to be a possibility with this gun. And also, when we did test the capacity in terms of feeding and everything on full auto in particular, we're only getting about 40 to 45 rounds before we start experiencing jams. So something to consider, you're only going to want to put 40 to 45 BBs into the magazine if you're going to run this gun on full auto. Other than that, guys, really impressive new offering from Umarex into that Legends line, a super badass gun that I think you guys will enjoy a lot. So check it out on PyramydAir.com. For The Insider, I'm Tyler Patner. We'll see you guys at the next one. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you want to see more insider videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you liked the video you saw, hit the like button. And if you want to talk more about the video or another video you'd like to see, comment down below. Thanks for watching.